If you don't already know, the Rose Bowl Flea Market is one of the biggest flea markets here in Southern California. It's literally at the Rose Bowl Stadium, and there are vendors all around the entire stadium and in the parking lot. Like, I've gone so many times and I don't think I've made it through to every single like area of vendors because it's that big. My friend Ashley has her own business and she sells sunglasses, and she has a booth for every month this summer. And I was talking to her about it and she was like, honestly, if you ever wanted to split the booth with me, you're more than welcome to. Because obviously sunglasses, clothing kind of goes hand in hand, but like without being direct competitors. And of course I was like, girl, yes. Because I've always thought about doing flea markets, but I feel like I need to be eased into it with like a buddy system because it's just not something that I know how to do very well. Don't know what would sell well for stuff that I make. So testing it out with her, but that means we've got a lot of inventory to make. Primarily, I'm a made-to-order brand, which means that people order on my website and I make it after they order it. But this year, I have some of my stuff in a retail space at the Century City Mall. So I've been kind of in the routine of making a little bit more inventory. And because of that, I kind of want to test out flea markets, see if that's a good fit for my brand, and then start making a few more ready-made pieces. That does not mean I'm going to stop making made-to-order on my website. It's still going to be there, but I do want to test out, you know, different markets, see what works. So today, we're going to be making some inventory for the Rose Bowl Flea Market. I recently made this baby dress on my website in this beautiful yellow, and I got enough fabric to make maybe like a few more. I don't remember how much I got, to be honest. I always black out when I go to like a fabric store and they're like, oh, do you want like an extra yard? I'm like, yeah, why not? And like I always end up with way more than I intended to. So maybe we'll be able to make a couple, but I do want to make at least one other dress in this color, and if not a dress, then also some tops. I think this Sadie dress has potential to be a really cute top as well. So I have it as a mini dress and a maxi dress on my website, but I think I want to drop it as a top soon too, just because I think it's such a flattering neckline. I love a cowl neck personally, and I think it's a cute like going out top kind of vibe, or just a little summer top. So I think I'm gonna make one dress out of this, and then depending on how much fabric we have left, we can maybe make some tops if it's not enough for a dress. So that's what I'm gonna start with. What I find to be difficult about pre-making pieces specifically is always figuring out what sizes to make, because I can tell you what sizes like tend to sell the most for me, but then also it's like, what if at like a flea market somebody of a different size comes in and like really wants this piece, but like I didn't make it in their size, so then they can't buy it, and then I'm like, oh, I should have done it in this size instead, whatever. Like I just have such a hard time deciphering what sizes will sell best in which designs of which color too. Like it's such a gamble, you never know. So that's the only thing I don't love about doing pre-made pieces, because it's really hard to just guesstimate what's gonna do best. It is what it is, we manage. I'm gonna do a small for this dress because it does stretch, and I already have the pattern for it. I don't have a pattern printed in any other size except an extra small and a small right now, and I ran out of paper. I need to get computer paper to like print out the pattern again, because I did digitize this one. It is gonna be for sale soon. I don't think it's for sale yet when this video is gonna come out, but if it is, I'll let you know. But yeah, I have it digitized, but I don't have it printed in anything other than a size extra small and small, so I am limited to that currently. I might have a medium somewhere. I need to double check. I could also literally just grade it on the spot. I just like don't feel like it, to be honest. A top and a dress and just finished making them, so I'm gonna put them on the mannequin so you guys can see them like in their full glory. But I still have enough fabric to maybe make like one more top or two more tops, so I'm gonna feel that out. I also have a different style of top that is called the amber top, which is also a fun one I could make with this fabric, so I'm debating that as well. Okay, so here's the top and the dress. I think they're so cute. Exact same thing, it's just literally like cut off right here, but I just think this is such a fun top just to wear casually or going out. I think it's so cute. I obviously love it as a mini dress. I think it's so fun as well. So here they are in all their glory. I still have a little bit over a yard of fabric, so I could honestly make like a couple more tops. I think I'm just gonna do that since I have the yellow thread in my serger right now. I just think I want to get through making as much as I can with this fabric and then like move on to the next, and maybe even make stuff out of the scraps, because you guys know I use my scraps to make like patchwork pieces. And these type of scraps specifically, when they're like stretch knit fabrics, it's just so much easier to patchwork because I can just like run it through my serger and like patchwork everything together. I don't really look at the grain line as much when it's like smaller patchwork pieces for things with stretch, or at least with 4-way stretch. So I might literally just go at it with all the yellow, especially because coming into summer, it's a very summery color and butter yellow is kind of having a moment anyway. Not that I like to go into like trends or anything too much usually, but when it comes to like color trends, I don't mind because I feel like there's always somebody who likes that color anyway, so it's not that deep to me, versus like trends that go off of like the actual style. Like I feel like my styles tend to be pretty classic and things that I wear like no matter what. So feeling really good about these. They're so cute. Honestly, really quick to make because again, they're just like on my serger. So I'm gonna try to knock out as many of these as I can. I really want this piece to be one of like my staple like NTA pieces. I feel like certain brands have certain pieces that you look at them and you know that that piece is from that brand. This is what I want NTA to be. I feel like currently the stripe set that I have on my website is a big one, but I am running low on that fabric. So that era is gonna end soon, and this is the new era I'm trying to like bring in, so we'll see how much we make out of it. Made another one of the tops in a small. I made an extra small originally. This is a small. They are so cute. We've got 3 things today. I did start cutting out another top, but I did not have enough fabric. Like I have a good amount, but it's like not enough for the whole shirt. So like I have like very odd bits left. So I was thinking of trying to like make something out of this one, but I have this other fabric that I bought maybe a month or 2 ago because Joann's was closing and obviously they had a big fabric sale, so I just went and like grabbed some stuff since that would be now considered dead stock. And so I got 3 different fabrics that I've just had laying around for a bit. I think I just want to play with them and like make something new. I don't know what I want to make out of them yet. I don't think it's going to be a design that I've already done. I have a few in mind, but I think I just want to play with it and see what happens. So I'm gonna leave the yellow for now. We've got 3 pieces made out of that though. Pretty solid. Technically 4 because I've already made one of these dresses. So I got 4 pieces out of however much yard. I can't remember if I got like 5 yards or 7 yards of it. So something along those lines. Feel pretty good about it, but let's switch over to the pink. Let me grab it real quick. So this is the pink fabric that I got. It is such a cute like pointelle knit. I don't know how well you can see that from here, but I got this, and then I also got this in white, so I have like both of those colors, and I don't remember how much yardage I got. I literally just got like whatever was left on the bolt, which may have been like 7 yards or so, I don't know. But I just felt like this could be a cute little like summer top moment. I also thought about doing dresses with this, but I just feel like summer tops are easier to sell than dresses sometimes because they're a little bit cheaper, a little bit of an easier buy. So I'm trying to debate that. I feel like maybe I need to like drape a little bit with it, but I thought this would be cute for like a baby doll style top almost that like is strapless but like has a little bit of like a little ruching here. It's like a simple top, like an everyday top kind of deal. It's kind of the original thought I had, but let me take this off the mannequin and then play around with it a little bit. In my head, I had pictured doing almost like tube top style, but then just having this little ruching here I thought would be cute. But now that I'm looking at it, like that would be a really cute dress. Right? Like I thought about like a top, right? Just like a cute little summer top, like that would be cute, but also as like a cute little dress, and then I'd probably just do straps. Like that is kind of cute and it would be simple. I also personally don't have very many summer dresses at all, like casual summer dresses anyway. I feel like this could be a very easy just like casual summer dress moment. So I don't know, should I do that? Why is that so cute? I literally just like drape that in 2 seconds. I also thought about doing something like this, but then this being open, maybe kind of like my top right now, except it wouldn't have this like tie right here. It would be more like this, of just like an open moment. I also thought about doing something like that, which I think could be cute. Damn, I don't know, this looks so cute. I think I just like draped it so well. gonna do a little dress moment. Just a cute little sweetheart neckline dress. I'm gonna just start with like a basic tube dress moment and then ruche it in, I think. Or should I do a top? Oh, why is this so difficult? Not gonna lie, I went a completely different direction with this and I just can't tell if I actually like it or not. I have this little like peekaboo little moment and I was gonna still do the like scrunching of the bandeau top here, but I just like, I don't love it. And I was gonna do like a little like strap around, but I don't know, like I'm not super convinced by it. Like it's cute. This would need to be like taken in a little bit. It's a little bit like loose, like it doesn't sit perfectly, but I don't know, like I can't decide if I like this or if I just want to scrap it and start over. It's cute, but it's just not, I don't know. I just like don't know. I think I need to like step away from it because I've just been at my sewing machine all day and then come back, reassess. Because I love this fabric. I think my issue is also that it's a little bit see-through. So obviously this is double lined, so that looks fine, but like the bottom isn't right now. And I didn't want to double line it, but I feel like I'd have to. Like it just feels a little too see-through, which sometimes is fine, but sometimes I feel like if things are a little too see-through, they feel a little bit cheap. So I don't want that either, but I can't decide if maybe this was double lined, I would feel better about it. Like that might be the case. I don't know. I'm gonna step away and come back to this. Okay, it is a lot later. I'm just gonna scrap the pink dress for now because I just have no thoughts with it and I think I just need to like sleep on it a little bit longer. So what I'm gonna do instead is continue making some fun Sadie tops and dresses. So I found in my fabric stash these two fabrics that are definitely from the Eras tour and I cannot specifically pinpoint which one they're from. So anyway, I have like a decent amount of each left, so I think it's enough for like one top of each, which is again tragic because that means like very little sizing range. However, I think I'm gonna do a size small because it really does end up fitting like an extra small to a medium, so it has, I feel like, the biggest range just because it does stretch. So I'm gonna cut these out and then get these made, and that way we'll have 4 Sadie tops, 1 Sadie dress, and then I have a bunch of black fabric that I do want to make Sadie dresses with, but I definitely want to make like a maxi out of the black and then a couple of tops and like a couple minis. I think I got the most of that fabric. I don't remember how much I got, but I think I got a good amount, so hopefully we can make that happen. But I am going to start with these fabrics and getting these cut out. It's been a couple of days. I finished up those 2 tops Tuesday night, and then I ended up taking all those tops and the dress that I made that day over to Atlas, which is the store at the Century City Mall that has a rack of my clothes, because I feel like anything that sells there is a really good indicator of what will sell at a flea market. Because at a flea market where I'm there the whole time, I can like sell it a little bit better, be like, oh, everything's handmade by me, everything's dead stock, there's this one's one of a kind, like whatever it is, I can kind of sell it a little bit more, versus like when it's just at a store and it's just a rack, nobody's reading labels as much. It's just like, do you like it or do you not? And so what sells there usually sells pretty well at flea markets as well. So for example, this stripe set has been my top seller at Atlas, and it's also usually my top seller at flea markets as well. So that's something I know will probably sell well at a flea market in the same way that it does there. So anyway, I left those pieces there so that we'll see if they sell or not, see which colors maybe people gravitate towards, and then I can buy more fabric and make more for the Rose Bowl. And also usually what I'll do if I have like pop-ups or whatever is I'll just take some of the inventory from Atlas for that day and then take it to my pop-up, and then whatever whatever is left over, bring it back. They're really chill about that. So it's just nice to put that inventory there for now in case it does sell. And if it doesn't, I'll take it to the flea market anyway. So today I actually want to make a couple of silk dresses. So I have the Liron dress on my website, which is this beautiful pink dress. I made the original one out of fabric scraps that I had from this pink folklore custom outfit that I made. It's what I used under the chiffon for it. And I just draped it. I think I had like maybe a yard left of it, draped it into a cute little dress, and everyone loved it. I think it's so cute. And then about a month, maybe 2 ago, I don't really remember, I went down to the fashion district to get fabrics. I've been really wanting to get like actual silk to make that dress out of, because the original one is definitely not silk. It's probably poly. Behaves like silk, looks like silk, it's beautiful. But when I do sell them, I want them to actually be silk. So I went and got silk charmeuse from a vendor in downtown, and I've yet to actually make a single dress out of them. I got 3 different colors. Like I got a hot pink like the original one. I got this beautiful like sage green, which I want to start with today. And then I have it like a reddish, hold on. The hot pink, this like reddish pink. It looks more red on camera, but it does have like a bit of like a hot pink undertone to it. Like it's not like a pure red. And then the green. So these are the 3 that I got to start making the dress out of. So I'm just gonna drape. The original one I draped and hoped for the best. I think this one I want to like drape and maybe try to make it into a pattern just to make my life easier. But yeah, I just find that with these type of dresses easier to drape. So it's a really simple one too. I'll show y'all how I go about this. So I quickly draped what the pattern is and just like laid it flat on paper, and the way it's just like a triangle is so funny. But I want to just roughly have a pattern of it. Obviously this isn't like the full pattern. I haven't like done the proper neckline or like the hem properly or anything, but I want to have a rough idea. Also just like for myself to know how much fabric I actually use for this. So I've just been guesstimating everything. Like I don't actually know how much it takes. And then I can also try to figure out how to do different sizes, because whenever I drape things like this, I have a really hard time figuring out how to like make it to other sizes, unless I'm literally draping it again and just like padding my mannequin. So I feel like this will maybe help me figure that out a little bit as well. But yeah, I'm gonna just like true this a little bit. I'm gonna start by finishing off the edges of like the side here. I usually just do a little like double fold baby hem kind of moment. And then it basically is just putting together this one other seam, which I just do a cute little French seam, and then basically hem it and then add the like neckline bit, which I need to also figure out what it looks like. And then it should be like a pretty quick one. It really is just like one seam in the back like this. You probably can't see that, but let's do that really quick and just kind of get started on this. And I feel like we'll just figure it out as we go. Okay, so I just put the dress together. She's pretty simple, she's cute. Here's the deal though. The way I've constructed the first one, like it's fine and it's cute, but technically the balance is a little bit off with it. And I'm wondering if I should fix that on this one or just add more volume to the back, because this is basically the same way I drape the Kamudi dress, which is this one. But this one has like little rosettes on the back and the ruffles coming down from it. And honestly, I'm wondering if I should just do that for this too and just make it like a shorter version of that one, just to add a little something to it, because here's what I'm dealing with. So if you can see here from the front, it's very like straight, right? But because the back, I just like put it together at like the seam. It has a lot of volume in the back, but then it's like really just straight in the front, which is cute because it creates like a little bit of like volume here. But I do feel like without having any additives, it feels just like off, if that makes sense. Like I feel like it looked fine when I did it with the original one, or it felt fine, but now that I'm looking at it a little bit more, I'm like, oh, maybe it just like isn't actually that great. Maybe I should fix it. So I could either just take off volume and like basically have it like this so that it's like even in the front and back in terms of the straightness of it. Like if this is like straightforward, this is gonna be straightforward. Or I think I could just play into it and add more to the back and add the little ruffles and stuff so that it like isn't like an added volume like meant to be there, which I kind of think is the route I want to go, because when I cut this out, it creates this like, you know, kind of triangle shape for the bias. So I'm wondering if I just like cut this on the grain and basically just cut off the like extra weird triangle bit and straighten this out again, use that extra fabric to create kind of the ruffles and additives, so that way it's like one full yard maybe that I use. I need to actually like measure it, but it would be like one full like square piece of fabric that I use, and it wouldn't leave me with these weird bits. So that's what I'm thinking. I obviously do already have this dress on my website as is in like its plain form, but I haven't like promoted it very much. Like I'm very selective of what pieces I'm promoting currently, because I just wanted to have more pieces on my website so people could like feel out the vibe of my brand. But I think this one I might change to have a little bit more to it. Since I haven't promoted it, it hasn't sold yet, because again, the more you promo something, the more it actually sells. And this one's the one that I like posted about when I first made it, but like not really. So maybe we just like make this one a little bit extra fun. That's what I'm thinking. I'm just gonna play around with this bit of fabric, like even it out and see what we can make of it. But I think it'd be cute to just have a little extra something to it. Put this one on pause for today because I was doing this little ruffle, which I always do, which is basically just a big spiral. And how I've been hemming it previously has been doing like a zigzag stitch twice, like a really small zigzag stitch twice all the way around as kind of like a rolled baby hem. But it doesn't always come out super clean looking, especially for like a silk dress. I just want it to look a little bit more elevated. But I was like, wait, I'm pretty sure you can do that on like a serger, and I've just never tried because messing with my serger settings gives me so much anxiety. I'm like, it always works. I don't want to like mess it up, but I tested it out and it does work. I just don't have enough matching thread for this green color to have like 3 spools of it for this, but I did figure out a little rolled hem situation for it, if you can kind of see that. It got a little messed up because obviously I ran out of thread for one of the spools, so then it started like tugging weirdly, but it works nicely, so that's good to know. I took note of all the settings. I just need to actually get more thread in this color specifically because I don't have that, because I don't tend to work with this color. So I am going to put this on pause, but I do like the direction that it's going, and I do think I'm gonna like that. I might just make the little rosette though, because that's simple to do, and then we'll move on to something else. I'm trying to think what else I want to work on today. I know I can make the Sadie like top and dress and whatever in black because I have a bunch of black fabric for that, so maybe I'll do that because I just posted a reel today of the tops and a few people have asked if I'm gonna have it in black, so maybe I should just do that. But I like the direction of this. I like knowing that I can do rolled hems on this, so I just need to get thread eventually. I think I'm gonna go to the fashion district next week though, so I can just do a big run of everything I need there. And for now, maybe we'll just move on, but maybe I'll just like save the rosette thing for later then and just do it all in one day. Okay, I keep changing my mind on what I want to do next, but actually I decided I should start on some of these striped sets because I'm running low on this fabric and I really need to, one, restock it at Atlas because it's the best seller, and I have like I think 1 top left and maybe 1 pair of pants or like 2, so I really need to get new ones in. And then these also do really well at markets usually, so I just want to get ahead in making like at least like 1 top of each size and like 1 bottom of each size, and then see how much fabric I even have left after that. Because the thing about this fabric is it doesn't have a very big width, so it makes it really hard to cut like anything more than like an extra small like pair of pants, for example, on like 1 length of fabric, if that makes sense. Like it's not enough to like double fold and like do all that. So anyway, all I have to say is that it's just kind of difficult. There's just like odd bits of fabric that are maybe sometimes enough for like an extra small but not for other sizes, and like obviously I would like to make other sizes, so it just makes it a bit complicated, but we're doing what we can. I need to go through all of my scraps to see if any of them are big enough to make tops out of, even if it's just extra small tops. But I really just like want to make the most of this fabric because it's running low and it's one of my favorites, and I feel like it's such a staple of my brand now that I'm like gonna be so sad when it's over. I need to find something like similar to do a similar set. It's never gonna be the same, but like even if it can be similar, it would be so nice. Like I don't even know if this is enough for 2. It might be like just enough. Okay, we're just gonna try, see what happens, cut out as much as I can. This side of the table because because I cut out a few tops and I was starting to cut out pants and realized I'm running really low on this fabric. And I do have an order for the pants on my website, but she said she was gonna send me the inseam measurement soon and she hasn't sent it yet. And I just obviously need to like make sure that I make her order first. And I don't want to cut it out and then have her be like 6 feet tall and then I didn't make it long enough, and then, you know, so I want to wait on that. So I'm not gonna cut anymore as of now, but I do have, I think, 5 tops that I cut out fully. So I'm gonna start clipping them together and just prepping them to be sewn. But I'm like so sad this fabric is running so low. It truly is one of my favorites, and I think this piece was one of my like kind of turning points in my brand. If you've been following me since the beginning, or even just from a few years, when I first started, I started a little bit more, I would say, safe in a lot of ways. Like, I wanted to do things that I knew a lot of people would wear, and like a lot of my things were a little bit more just like feminine and girly, and that's still very much me. I do love being like feminine and girly and all the things, but I think anyone that like knows me personally knows like I'm a lot more, I would say, like edgy of a person. And when I brought this striped set in, it was probably the like edgiest piece I had done, or like kind of the most daring set that I've ever introduced to my brand. And I wasn't sure how people would react to it, and truthfully, like, it didn't do well at all the first year until I kind of started to rebrand myself as that, and now it's picked up a lot and it is probably my best selling piece that I've had in the last few years. But it just like is such a staple now for me, or something that like I just grew to love so much. And I'm gonna be so sad when it's fully done and I can't like promo it anymore or make any more. But my ideal scenario with all of this, because I haven't really bought new fabrics in years, it's literally trash day and I do have my windows open because it's very hot, so don't mind me. I'm gonna wait till the trash truck leaves because I feel like that's so loud. You know what, I'm just gonna keep talking. I'm just gonna talk loudly. In my ideal world, I would be getting like rolls of dead stock fabric to be making my collections out of. And there's a really big dead stock warehouse here in LA called Rag Finders, and I've been to it before. But they do have a minimum amount of yardage that you have to buy for a roll, and I believe it's like 15 yards or 20 yards, which doesn't sound like a lot, obviously, in the grand scheme of things when you're talking about like big scale businesses. But for me to buy like 15 yards of one fabric, like, I have to be so certain that it's gonna sell and it's gonna do well, and it's just a really big investment for a small brand like myself. So I haven't wanted to do that until I find something that I know is gonna work. So my thought with like the Sadie dresses and tops and whatever is that like if I see they do well, you know, at Atlas or at like the Rose Bowl, like just generally on my website, whatever, then in my ideal world, I'm gonna go to Rag Finders and find a fabric that works, that has that same like stretch and feel as the ones I've been working with, but it's dead stock, and then I can make it limited quantity with that specific roll and then have like set colors and whatever. Like, that's my ideal scenario, right? And then again, like if I were to find something similar to this fabric, maybe a different color pattern, but like a similar just kind of like knit see-through moment, like I'd love to reintroduce it. But it's just such a hefty investment as a smaller business, not knowing like if it'll sell or not, and then you don't want to be stuck with 15 yards of a fabric. Like, I've had this fabric for like 3 years, because I got it when I first moved to LA from one of the jobs that I had. So it's lasted me so long, and I don't know how much yardage was in it originally. Like, I never knew. It was definitely well over 15 though. But it's like I've had it for so long, and it does get really hard to be promoting the same thing for years and years and years. So it's just one of those that like, it's a gamble, and I'm not in a place to gamble just yet with buying new fabric in that way. But in my ideal world, when things go well, I will do that, and I would hope to find something that I can like make similarly to this set, because it truly is just something that I love. It's a piece that just, I don't know, I feel like is very representative of me and my brand, and I feel like everybody that sees it knows it's mine. And like, I don't know, it's just become like one of my favorite pieces that I've ever made, and I'm just like really sad that it's gone. Like, I don't want to keep making stuff out of it right now because I don't want it to be gone forever, but that is the way it goes. I think it's just been so long since I've worked with like real dead stock and like getting rid of stuff, because when custom orders took over my life, I just didn't promo this stuff as much, and so I wasn't like running low. But it's the first time I'm starting to feel like, oh my god, this is limited edition. Like, it's not gonna be here forever, even though it did last a very long time, you know. Hopefully my client answers me soon so that I can figure out the length of this pant and get that cut out, and then figure out how much more I can actually make. Okay, my customer finally answered, and she said she's 5'2", which is exactly my height, so I can just fit to that. So I'm gonna cut her pants out, and then I do have to cut out the back of this extra small top, which I think I can do off of like the excess that's left over here. And then that's all I'm gonna cut for today, and I'm just gonna leave the rest of the roll to see if any orders come in. If they don't come in within the next couple of days, then I'll continue to make just inventory with it. But I do want to give the opportunity for people to buy it first and like maybe do a custom inseam or whatever it may be. All of the tops and the pants as far as I can without obviously the ribbing, so I'm gonna cut the ribbing out. Once I have that, then I can basically just finish everything up. It's gonna be 6 shirts and 1 pair of pants, and then the 1 pair of pants and 1 of the shirts is an order that I have to send out, but the rest will just be inventory. Feel good about that. I feel like I promo the pants quite a bit, but the top actually sells really well as well. Like it's sold really well at Atlas on its own. Like I don't know if people are buying it as a set together or if they're buying one or the other. Obviously like I don't get that much info when they tell me like what has sold, but the last time that they did an event, because every month they do like a Meet the Founders event, a girl actually bought the entire set, which is funny because like she didn't like talk to me, I didn't talk to her, I just like saw her with the set and like went to check out, and so the sales associate was like, oh, by the way, like the designer's here if you want to like say hi. So said hi to her, but it's just like so cool to see people in the wild like get it without even like knowing me or my story or my brand or anything. So all I have to say is that it has sold really well, so I have no doubt that these tops will sell well eventually. If they don't sell out like instantly, like it's fine, but I know that eventually they will. And I just finished. I did take a little break in between there because I just like needed a break, but I have 5 shirts for inventory, and then I have 1 shirt and 1 pair of pants as an order. So finished 7 pieces today and I am exhausted. I feel like it's been so long since I've done like crazy production weeks where I'm doing like a bunch of inventory all at once, but this week has been very productive. Tuesday making all the new Sadie tops and whatnot, and then today making all these, feeling good about it. I think I'm gonna take like maybe half the shirts into Atlas and like keep the other half as inventory here because they have done really well there. So like I do want to give them a bit of a restock for the next couple of weeks, especially because we have a long weekend ahead. It's Memorial Day weekend this upcoming weekend, so I know people are out and about a little bit more, and I do want them to have a little bit more inventory, assuming the mall's gonna be a little bit more bopping. So I might take that in tomorrow, but otherwise that is it for my sewing today, I think, unless I like randomly decide to get inspired later tonight. But I do think that I'm pretty worn out. I still need to iron these out, but that's the very last step. We'll keep sewing next week. I don't know what inventory we're gonna tackle next, but we'll see.